Hello and welcome everyone, I'm C.S.Gilmore and this is Templar Battleforce. We're in a secure zone one, but before I get into that, I want to point out something. I figured out what was wrong with my engineers. So, the reason I kept getting my flame tank armor taken off is because I was trying to equip MK3 revolver. Apparently when you equip your flame tank armor, it has to go with the Conflag hand flamer. Those are like both together. So they're part of like, I don't know, a set or something. And if you don't have that, then you can't do it. And let's see. Talents. Okay, you're the pyro turret one. So this is my pyro. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, this is my pyro turret scout. So I'm gonna have him flip into flame tank armor. So different weaponry, everything, but now he can use the flame turrets. So that was my problem. I was trying to equip him in a loadout that apparently can't go together, and so it was I was switching him on me even though I didn't realize it. Now he's equipped in a way that he will have flame tank armor on, and the other one I'm just going with some. The other engineer, he doesn't have talents in that area so much, so I'm going to have him go with a different loadout. I want to get him the architect revolver. Let's give him that. And okay, I guess I'll just go with that and that. So yeah, give them not the best loadout there. Let me unequip this. That way I can go with that and still give him that. Okay, good. But yeah, so that was my problem. I was trying to put things together. Apparently the flame tank armor is very specific, which is really kind of annoying, but hey, it makes sense, I guess, in some cases. Now, let's get into the secure zone and figure out what's going on. Alright. First, where's Nyra Ridaan? The Paladin Nyra has gone on a mission from Templar Command. I think you ought to speak with Major Luther about it. She has been gone too long now without contact. I am worried about her. What was her mission? You personally had a hand in rescuing Marielle Thrall, the scientist. The data that she brought back with her from the wreck of the Ferrari Lance has been of great interest to the Templar Engineering Corps here on the Righteous Fallen. Did she truly record the signal she claimed? No, there is no hard proof of an FTL signal, but there was odd activity from a dead world near the edge of the quadrant, Leo Major. It might have been an FTL signal, but it is impossible to tell. While you were away, Nyra assembled a squad of Templars and left more than 2 months ago on the Dread Falcon to investigate. She should have returned or sent word by now. Is the founding accelerating? The factions have now colonized every nearby planet, or every nearby world. Now they are surveying moons and dead worlds for signs of habitable territory or mining prospects. The factions now have founded 23 colonies. What else is known about the signal anomaly that Nyra is chasing? Yeah, there we go, known. Truth be told, very little. Chief Scientist Thrall was using damaged instruments on a derelict hulk. It is amazing she was able to detect anything. That is why someone had to be sent to investigate personally. It is a long trip to Leo Major, almost a month in transit. Nyra took a squad with her. Hopefully Major Luther will assign your battle force to finding her. Any news about Shelgarath? There has been no more news past the fall of the smugglers' camp on Rubik 5. The discipline of the Xenocult is one of its greatest strengths. It makes it very dangerous. Whoever is behind it has tight control of the reins and the flow of information. For now, they are laying low and biding their time, or working on other schemes. What is Prince Tarquin doing? Prince Tarquin is here representing a indistinct group of princes who are requesting that the Templar Order be assimilated into the faction militaries. Fuzzy? It is hard to tell if his support from the other princes is substantial at the moment. He claims that the other princes are too worried to speak, that they fear the Templar wrath if they make their claims publicly. That is ridiculous. Indeed it is. You can hear it from the horse's mouth. Will the Templar Order bow to their demands? Not at this stage, no. But we are isolated from the main fleet, and we Templars are very few. The factions rely on us, but they also covet their own power. In fact, they covet our power. For the time being, it is a distraction, a single snake in the grass. Prince Tarquin, it will go nowhere. What do we know of Leo Major? Leo Major is a dead world. There is some atmosphere, but the surface is so unstable it has been deemed uninhabitable on the Calistine scale. Currently, it has been claimed by Prince Tarquin's dominion. Early survey results show that it has a metallic core. It is sure to be mined eventually. I wonder if that metallic core has a little more to it than we are aware of. Hello, you must be Prince Tarquin. I am surprised to see you here on the deck of the Righteous Fallen. Honored Templar, it is good to see you again. I am here on behalf of the faction princes and leaders lobbying for a new accord with the Templar Order. So that we may all be as effective as possible in our defense, the Templars are to become a part of our faction military organization. I must try to hide my displeasure. The mech helps. That way it would. Having a mech covering your face and everything with your armor and all that, yeah, at least they can't read your expressions. The Templar Order has always been an independent martial order, fighting for the good of all of our people and factions. Yes, but those were in different times. You are now so few. Perhaps I can further explain our case. Which princes are behind this request? There is broad-based support for this new accord. Many of the senior princes have given me their support. As the founding continues, there are many new junior princes being appointed to the new worlds. Almost every junior prince with whom I have shared the directives of the new accord, their support has been strong. However, for a number of reasons, I am not at liberty to mention my princely supporters by name for their own protection. You understand? Yeah, this sounds shifty. What benefits do you see of integrating the Templar Order in your military? We need to utilize the strength of the Templar Knights, and only the princes have the intelligence and wide-reaching goals to put that strength to full use. Oh, you are an idiot. As you saw on both Galantia Cross and Rykart Prime, your Templar Knights were a perfect complement to the faction military forces. Your Knights are the most elite strike force in our fledgling quadrant. I can't say that last word. There are dangers and risks at every turn. However, while you are ruled by your own autonomous leadership, the factions cannot rely upon your strength, only hope that it will be available. If the Templars are spread into the faction militaries assimilated into our organization, what things we could do together. We are already spread thin. We are too few. Splitting the Templars into the military organization of the princes, we would be isolated in tiny clusters. I hold my tongue. Patience is a virtue. Our ancestors learned long ago, and it has been passed down in abundance. The Templar Order has a long tradition of protecting the factions and their freedom. The Templar Order has long been at the center of the action in our history, but our history has been tumultuous and full of changes. Yes, the Templars led the Star Traders in the Galactic War against the Guild, but that time of an all-out war against an identified enemy is over. We are scattered to the solar winds. The Star Traders carried a great destiny on their shoulders through the Exodus Templar. These are new times, and if we wish to ascend to our rightful place, we must have the courage to take new laws. Only the Templar leadership can deal with this properly. I will not help by speaking out of turn. Sounds like I should hold my peace, so I'm not going to push that. Sorry, everyone. Maybe I'll click that one in a different mission or something. Like with... Nah, I don't know. Nah. Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. I'm going to leave off on it. I don't want to risk changing something. And, yeah. What of Prince Tarquin? The Templar Command will handle this his diplomatic request. He is a distraction. We must focus on the important things now. Good. At least someone's got their head on straight. What assignments do you have for my Battleforce, Major? The priority must be put on finding and rescuing Nyra and her squad. I must ask your Battleforce to take the trip to Leo Major in search of the Dread Falcon and the Paladin. Where is Nyra? Nyra is missing now, for too long. She left on a mission to investigate those anomaly readings, the ones Chief Scientist Muriel Thrall brought with her from the Ferrari Lance. Those two struck up a fast friendship, and Thrall's claims worried Nyra greatly. She left more than 2 months ago on the Dread Falcon. She is overdue. The space travel to Leo Major is long, but we must find her, her squad, and the Dread Falcon. The most pressing concern is the safety of Paladin Ridaan and her squad. We Templars are too few to lose such a set of valuable people. Nyra is not one to be tardy. Exactly. It seems that trouble is the only explanation for her absence. What more can you tell me about deploying to Leo Major? Leo Major is a dead world, so there are no colonies on it, not even independence. It is owned by Prince Tarquin, who is being a royal pain at the moment. As owner, he has claimed it for an orbital mining world and declared it a faction world to keep potential settlers from touching down on the surface and usurping his claim. Independents have a way of doing that. Leo Major is far away. It's almost a month's worth of travel. Once you're out there, you'll be completely on your own. Any decision you need to make on the ground, Captain, you make it. Okay, so yeah, I do apologize. I'm not going to click that one button with the prince, just because it sounds like it would just go nowhere and possibly change things in a bad way for the future. I don't know. Probably won't do anything, but I don't want to risk it. So, play the game, try it yourself. If you really want to know. If you have to know, go try it yourself. Because I probably won't record this again for my other mission unless there's major difference in the dialogues. Not just, excuse me, but probably won't record it for just that one. Unless, let me try something. Okay, deploy. Did that reset it? If this reset it, then I'll do it. And then I'll just reset afterwards. No, it didn't. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. Sorry, guys. Moving on. Looks like there's no choice here. Let's deploy to Leo Major to find and rescue Nyra. She isn't the kind to need rescuing, but she must have gotten in over her head this time. I will assign Sergeant Kathos to your team, and you'll be taking the spear cutter. We don't have many vessels that we can spare. 23 colonies already, and every Templar is strapped. But this is critical, Captain. Death before dishonor, Major. We will find her. Leo Major. Dead world claimed by Prince Tarquin of the Rykart Syndicate. The Dread Falcon floats in calm orbit around Leo Major. It is Nyra's ship, but there is no sign of the Paladin or her squad. Hailing frequencies crackle, but there is only silence. That's not good. We are far away from the core worlds now. We've been a month in the spear cutter. Whatever happened to Nyra, whatever we must do, we will have to do it unassisted. Our approach and the scans bring worse news. The only detectable life signs aboard the Dread Falcon are Terox Xeno. And there is a Terox spore attached to the outer hull. So they were attacked. Sounds like we have no option but to go aboard seeking clues. Where is Nyra Ridaan? I'm guessing she's on the planet proper. Probably followed the coordinates from the trace scan and went in. But it looks like in order to get that, I'm gonna have to go on their ship and retake it from the Xeno. But man, these Xeno are a pain. Multiple life signs detected. Hailing frequencies silent. Oh, right. Quite an interesting situation, though. But I want to know how these Xeno do it. I mean, like, they're huge. So where are they getting the matter, like, to replicate themselves so much? And just, how are they getting everywhere? They're worse than cockroaches. And then, of course, I just had another thought, too. The people in the mech suits are human. So, like, I guess it's just assumed that they have supplies with them for eating and drinking and whatnot. But, like, I'm wondering, like, do their suits support them if they're on long deployments? Do they have, like, built-in nutrient feeds or something? Just, I don't know. Kind of something that came to me anyway and to consider. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, hit subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And next episode, we'll head down and see what's going on in the Dread Falcon. Bye.